Greetings humans, this is LewyT back with another art video. This time I'm just going to show you a slideshow of my past artwork. Some of it. So if you don't like slideshows, then I'm sorry, but it's less than 10 minutes. As you can see, some of my older work is pretty grim and sinister, but I was a teenager with hormones and stuff. Some of these images may have never been on the web before, and most of them that have been was on an old website that got discontinued when I had a GeoCities site. I've organized these images roughly from oldest to newest, but I do have some of them that are similar grouped together, which breaks the chronological order a little bit. This was one of my first serious pieces, a self-portrait in acrylic. And this one was also a self-portrait in oil. Obviously not exactly realistic. More impressionistic, I guess. This was a drawing that I did for an art contest and got a number 1 score, which is, I guess, the best available. This is a drawing of a headlight on a car, and I'm not sure exactly what kind of car. I want to say a Pontiac Firebird from the 90s. This was my parents' kitchen sink at home. I enjoy drawing the shiny chrome faucet. This is a still life that I did in high school. Most of these so far were high school. I think this was my first landscape painting in acrylic. I really wanted to do like a sunset and wasn't really pleased with the way it turned out. This is winged cats, I believe also in acrylic and just like 4 different colors. So it's kind of hard to make out. This is also acrylic, my first real attempt at photorealism with paint. This still life in pencil was also another contest that I did well at. This was really just a sketchy doodle in ink, but it was my first realization that, hey, people like cuddly animals better than, monsters and violent images that I tended to prefer at this time in my life. All of this is still during high school. That horse and this painting, historical fallacies, and the next 2 are all airbrush. I took an airbrush class. I can't remember when, but it was during high school, I think during the summer, and learned how to use an airbrush and got a couple and started making some cool stuff. At least I thought it was really cool at the time. This was actually a large piece. It was like 60 inches by 32 inches. This was one of my early sculptures. It was paper mache. I believe it was for senior prom. This is a mural my mom requested, and it's still in my parents' house. People usually ask about it when they come to visit. The next mural I actually got paid for. It's on a pickup bed cover. All airbrush, pretty much. After college, I started doing more commission pieces, and this was one of the first. Pencil drawing, but digitally enhanced. This was my first purely digital image. It was a contest entry and I didn't win anything, but I learned a little bit. This was one of my first large whiteboard drawings. The sign says, "Acupuncture became popular after the failure of paper cut therapy." This was my first whiteboard drawing that I really took seriously and tried to make it look good, or realistic anyway. No swimming. This was a drawing of the kitchen sink in the break room at work. Yes, the toaster cord actually was in the sink. Astronaut for breakfast. Whiteboard drawing, kind of sci-fi comedy, I guess. Little hint of violence. This was a sequel to that other one. Space monkey eating a astronaut. Astronaut for lunch. This one is obviously a shark. Big shark. Don't try to read the word bubble. It's an inside joke. Giant whale, vehicle bus, submarine creature. Yes, this is still whiteboard drawing. A Christmas-themed drawing of Santa Claus sissy fighting with the Christmas tree and Rudolph with the red ball gag. The original marsh monster drawing. Yes, this was where the idea for my Mammals vs. Martians game came from, or at least part of it. Technology versus nature, or versus trees anyway. And apparently trees bleed when you bite them. This is technology versus beverages, or computers versus beverages. Yeah, I think the beverages are going to win. This is a Thanksgiving drawing. This will only hurt until it stops. Yay, I'm free. Turkeyzilla. This was like a year later. Another Thanksgiving themed whiteboard drawing. And this next one is a bulldog and a mushroom and a weird plant. Don't read too much into it. I was getting a little better at my whiteboard drawing skills. This was perhaps my best whiteboard drawing I've done. Science fiction, giant space worm, you know. And you probably remember this drawing, so I won't tell you too much about it. My first video that I recorded myself drawing, and the second. This is my wife, taken from a photo. I just tried to draw her accurately with limited colors. Mammals vs. Martians. This was the third whiteboard drawing video. You can find these on my channel here at YouTube. And a 3D rendered image. This was a commission. Pure 3D. I used Pavray ray tracer program. And a digital drawing, kind of a cartoon that I did for like a work promotional pamphlet. And this is also another one. They're advertising like backups and disaster recovery, so kind of caricaturized that sort of stuff. And this is a duck eating fish. I did this as a joke, but I don't have time to explain it in this video. Maybe another time. This is a little dog race symbol that I designed. It was going to be for a charity event. And I did a commission for a coworker, a cartoon unicorn. It was for his girlfriend or his wife's Jeep. I decided to do an acrylic landscape. So this is an actual painting when most of my stuff was digital. And then back to digital. This was a commission. Spent quite a bit of time on this one. Felt like I did a pretty good job. And another digital painting commission. The background is kind of flat, so I started getting better at doing backgrounds around this time. Here's a better background. Maybe not great, but I enjoyed doing that metal, shiny metal stuff. Yay. And this is my most recent digital painting. I spent a lot of time getting it to look the way I wanted to, and especially the background. Love that mountain. Well, that's it for now, humans. Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe. And also click thumbs up or share on your social networks as you see fit. And have a nice day. Thank you. Bye-bye.